I got a real kicking the whole time. Did a good job on that one, didn't you?
It's proper. Done the rim and all.
He's kind of just sussing the situation out because something big's about to happen.
I forgot they're not waterproof.
World Cup cross-country racing is going through an evolution. The tracks are getting more technical and punchier, the bikes are bristling with the latest technology, and it's a new breed of rider that is now pushing for the win. Leading the uprising of the next generation is Kiwi sensation Sam Gaze, and I've come here to his European base to meet the man behind the racer.
Sam.
What's going on, soldier?
All right.
You're right.
Oh, this is a treat.
Yes,
Everyone else I've met's taken me to the top of a freezing cold mountain. Seaside is paradise.
Yeah, man. Get amongst it.
Yeah. So, Sam, 2015, you got picked up by Specialised, which I'd imagine was everything you'd ever wanted at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I spent a few years privateering it, trying to get myself into the circuit, and luckily, Specialised saw something in me, took me on, and from then on, it really kicked off for me.
Did it take a lot of getting used to, going from being a privateer to being on one of the biggest factory teams?
Yeah, when you're a privateer, you do everything for yourself. You get your bottles, you wash your clothes, you do everything.
Yeah. So life became a lot easier and you could just really focus on racing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the great thing of being such a well-renowned team, is that they really look after you.
How was your first elite season as a World Cup racer?
Oh, brutal. Under 23 World Cups are hard, don't get me wrong, but the speed difference and the amount of depth they have in mountain biking these days, it's impossible to try and compare yourself as an under 23.
It is, really, yeah.
And so when I got to elite, I got a real kicking the whole time. But yeah, it was bolting. It was like, put some character, put some hair in my chest.
2018, couldn't have started any better. The first race in Stellenbosch was absolutely mind-blowing. You went up against Nino Schurter and you beat him.
I don't really believe that until it happened, no.
It was, watching it, it was one of the greatest cross-country races I've ever seen.
Schurter attack! Sam Gaze though! Oh, it's an all-out drag race! Oh, Schurter slips the pedal and Sam Gaze wins his first ever World Cup elite! That was a sensational finish. The winning streak of Schurter is over. What has Sam Gaze done here today?
On the last lap, right, it was you that put the hurt on him and looked over your shoulder back at him, and I was like, whoa, dude, this lad's got some confidence here. He's messing with the Olympic champ.
Yeah, it was good, but I came into that sprint finish. I knew I was the first person off that ramp I was going to win the race. And so I managed to get myself there, and yeah, here we are.
Could you believe you'd won your first Elite World Cup and beaten Nino Schurter and stopped the man who'd won every race in the previous season? I mean, it's incredible. You're only 22 years old.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You grow up in the sport hoping to be the best in the world. You go out training when you're 10 years old, 12 years old, just like daydreaming away. And the day you actually manage to do it, it's pretty good.
Went to Germany for round 2, Albstadt. We saw the introduction for the first time of World Cup short track racing, which I guess you quite like.
Yeah, short track's a very good addition to the World Cup, I think. A lot more comes into it than just a cross-country race. There's thinking behind it, the tactics, and whether guys agree with it or not, it's making us all better riders for it.
You say tactics, it looks to me like it's just an all-out slaughter for 25 minutes.
It is a complete slaughter, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think it's important, and at the end of the day, it's something spicy for the TV sport.
It is, it's evolution.
Exactly.
So you still had the leader's jersey going into Sunday's cross-country race. What happened there?
Yeah, Albstadt was a hard one. I just sort of had a mechanical there and then stomach issues, and I really was wondering, like, oh, man, you got to get back on the game. And then Nova Mesto, the short track went really well. I felt super strong, and I think I was very disappointed with the cross-country race.
Oh, look at this! It's Sam Gaze. And he's hurt. Yeah. He's hurt himself. Yeah, the wrist. It's a front flat. It's a front flat. What a shame.
Mountain biking's an hour and a half, and unfortunately I was only in there for 10 minutes. Some days things go completely right, and you're sitting there like, how did I do that? And then other days it's just, you mess it all up, and you're just like, okay.
That's racing.
There's that, it's racing.
You've got to take the good and the bad days, I suppose.
Exactly.
So what do you do to get away from the intensity of racing? And I can't imagine it's a nice, relaxing bike ride.
Yeah, sometimes the biker just doesn't cut it. Now we're at Tos de Mar, and sometimes I'm over there at the coffee shop with a bike, and other times I'm in board shorts, and so yeah, here we are.
We better get in the sea, haven't we?
Get involved, yeah.
Let's do it. Woohoo! I feel like a playboy! Oh my God. Oh my God. I really hope so. Have we it? I forgot they're not waterproof. That's the camera destroyed then. I blame Sam. No one's particularly happy about it. Anyway, moving on, let's get out of here. I'm going further up the coast now to meet somebody who works very closely with Sam, his team manager. So Sam lives here in Europe, 20,000 kilometres away from home. He's left his family, all his friends behind. Is it another obstacle for him to overcome on his way to the top?
Absolutely. He's here and he is on his own. You know, we can only provide as much support kind of as a team, family structure unit when it comes to racing.
You don't live with him here? No, that's right.
And especially coming from New Zealand, I mean, there's a 11 or 12-hour time difference. So it's super difficult to even just communicate with family back home.
Is it extra for him to have performed at this level then? It's been more difficult than it would for a European rider?
Before Sam was on the team, he was travelling race to race, sleeping in a car. Didn't have kind of a base in Europe that he could just go home to. And kind of the European riders get home, you push the reset button and kind of take a couple of days and then you're back.
Yeah. Does that make him even more determined now?
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, that's part of his racing.
It's part of the drive because he's overcome so much already to get to the race and to be racing at that level. And I think he's got just that little bit of like a competitive edge over everyone else.
And Southgate wins his first ever World Cup elite.
So Stellenbosch, one of the biggest days of his sporting life, no doubt.
Sure.
You were stood in the tech area, the feed zone, giving him his bottles every time he came round. What was that like? Did you think he can do this today or not?
You know, if you watch Sam racing, whenever he starts to kind of turn around and look what's going on behind him, you can see that he's feeling confident. That is Sam's tell now that I'm telling everyone that's kind of when he's feeling good that's what
Won't
happens.
work anymore. Sorry, Sam.
So kind of when you see him kind of checking behind him what's going on, you know that he's kind of just sussing the situation out because something big's about to happen.
I'm heading back to Girona now, and as luck may have it, two of Sam's very best friends are in town. He hasn't seen them himself for 5 years, and I'm hoping they're going to give me some good stories on the main man. How was he? What sort of a person was he?
He kind of drifted in with shaved legs, kind of mid high school career. He made quite the entrance, but
Has he always been as competitive he is now? Because when I watch him race, he's doing it all on emotion, on drive.
passion.
Yeah, passion, yeah, he's an animal on that bike.
Yeah, he's always had it. He's just had this killer drive about him. He just loves the sport in and out and winning. You know, for him, second is not good enough. So.
No, I see that.
I remember in high school, we must have been 16 or 17, and he had written down on his handlebars on a little bit of paper, Rio 2016. So every time he goes out for a ride and his head drops, he reads Rio and he just picks up the gas.
No,
like unreal, man. He's always been driven like that. Some people come from privileged background, but Sam definitely doesn't. Like, that just added to his fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people have something bad happen to them and it'll bring them down, but instead that just goes into the fire and like makes the want and the passion grow.
If he's angry or upset about something, that poor bike just gets hammered.
For sure.
His cops are beating.
Yeah.
He kind of approaches everything in life at 100%. That's Sam. He's either all in or all out, and you know, mountain biking he's all in. And it's kind of the same with us mates. You know, we've all been busy doing other stuff, but we've all kept in touch, and it's really important for us.
Well, it's really early, not my favourite time of the day. Sam's already done a workout, and I'm going to go and meet him for breakfast. Back in New Zealand, I guess cross-country mountain biking isn't as big as it is here in Europe, hence you're here. How did you get into cycling back home?
Yeah, so my dad, if anyone knows me well, I know that my dad used to race in New Zealand.
He was a pretty serious cyclist.
Yeah, he took himself seriously for 1 or 2 years, then decided to chill out for a bit.
Don't we all?
But no, it was good. You know, we started out with BMX and road cycling, and I raced BMX competitively until 11 or 12 years old.
So that's where your skills come from then?
Yeah, I guess I learned to crash in the BMX, you know. Funny story is my nickname in BMX was always Shuttlecock because I was landing on my head in crashes.
And then how did you go to mountain biking?
So I always kept mountain biking for fun. You know,
Usually it's the other way around,
yeah,
isn't it?
I always did domestically. After London Olympics, I did quite a bit on the mountain bike and I decided that that's a revenue I wanted to take.
So you'd left your dad behind and everything then at that point?
Yeah, he was back in New Zealand.
And is that hard? Because I guess you came up with him through
Yeah,
cycling?
it was hard for the first few years. My dad is probably one of my biggest idols. You know, I got a few of them. My coach is one of my biggest idols.
Yeah.
It's always tough not being there with your family, you know, but I think I got so much going on in my head and so much going on in Europe that you run out of time to think about it all the time.
And with the time difference as well, I guess that probably doesn't help you stay in touch with them or them
usually,
keep an eye on you.
Yeah, when things go wrong, I think my mum said it perfectly, is that when I go back to Europe, it's the season for 2 in the morning calls for help, you know? When I get my passport stolen or something goes wrong, you know, my mum's always the first one there to help me, so it's always, you know, it's 2 a.m. wake up season. Yeah, for sure. No, it's cool. I've got a real supportive family, and I'm, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world, and so I'm pretty fortunate to be where I am.
Awesome. I think you need to go for a bike ride, right?
I think so, if I have any chance at the end of this month.
Yeah, you're itching, I can tell.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to see you afterwards and we're going to go for a ride. Have you got any nice downhill trails?
Yeah, I've got something for you.
You have?
Definitely something in mind.
Have you?
All right.
Am I going to enjoy it?
You're going to love it. See you in a few hours,
All right, Sam. A big part of why Sam is where he is today is because of his incredible drive. Not much ever stands between him and his bike. Now it's my turn to go for a ride with him. I don't know where we're going. He mentioned the fact that there's a massive climb in it. He is one of the world's fittest cyclists. I'm definitely not, and to be quite honest, I'm dreading this.
Look your bars, don't look up the road.
I feel like that's one personal goal tick for today. I did climb all the way up behind you without getting off the bike. Now comes the fun bit, the downhill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was pretty impressed to see you ride that one out, eh?
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Yeah, get yourself a pat on the back for that one.
Mate, this now is my domain.
Yeah?
The downhill.
Should I be in trouble?
I ain't saying too much, let's go.
All right, let's have at it.
Come on then. Oh, slow down a bit then, mate. Hello. Yep, I've blown my tyre up again, which is better than crashing. I might be able to repair it, but I think I forgot the tool to put that in with. Sorry. I guess we all know a thing or two about punches.
Jeez.
Yep. She's flat.
Did a good job on that one, didn't you?
It's proper. Done the rim and all.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think it's because you're not on Specialised tyres.
Seamless. I do feel like the world is your oyster at the moment. You're the man on the up, and you know, thanks for taking some time out around what is a mad training schedule to spend some time with us.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's been good for you to hang out and see what my life is like over the last 2 days. I just hope these last 2 days pays off for me when you're in the commentary box next time, eh?
You've invested well, mate. It's all going to be about Sam Gage from now.
Good man.
Just got to make sure you're right at the front.
Oh, I can only try, eh? No flat tyres and no crashes and we'll be sweet.
That little white house over there on top of that hill.
That's ours Angels.
It's not.
Yeah.
That over there is?
Yeah, it's ours Angels.
Well, that's where they live. That's their gang house.
No, not the House Angels. The ours Angels. It's a climb.
Looks like House Angels got a clubhouse in the middle of that. Great.
Look your bars, don't look up the road.